And hello, everybody. Welcome into tonight's broadcast, or this afternoon's broadcast, I should say, as it's Game 4 of this first-round series in the Eastern Conference of the Stanley Cup Playoffs. The Carolina Hurricanes and the Boston Bruins face off again. The Bruins took Game 3 after dropping the first two games in Carolina, and now Boston on home ice at TD Garden looks to knot the series at 2 games apiece before the series shifts back to Carolina for Game 5 on Tuesday night. We are just about set to get things rocking and rolling tonight. Appreciate your company as always. And after that Game 3 win for Boston, all of a sudden, it's looking like the momentum is on their side, at least a little bit perhaps. They'll try to feed off of that Game 3 win and take Game 4 tonight as we get set for the opening puck drop from TD Garden. Appreciate your support. And yeah, it's a rare matinee matchup. We got Jeffrey in the house. We got both Jeffreys in the house, as a matter of fact. Welcome in to the both of you. I'm going to keep quiet here for the playing of the national anthem. But after that, it's time for puck drop. All right, there you go, folks. Hope you were able to hear that all right. Todd Angeli with a beautiful rendition of the national anthem, getting the crowd fired up in Boston, and we are ready to go. What's up, Hugo? Welcome in. I saw that Canelo lost. Yeah, that was a big upset there. I know it's 9:40 Pacific time. So it's a morning playoff hockey for those of you out west. Still an early start even here on the east. 12:40 p.m. start time in Boston at TD Garden. Antti Raanta back in goal for the Carolina Hurricanes after sustaining that injury in Game 2 and missing the rest of that game as well as Game 3. Jeremy Swayman, no surprise, gets the start again for Boston after Linus Ullmark started Games 1 and 2, both losses. Swayman came in Game 3, performed quite well for Boston, and it's no surprise that he's back between the pipes. The big news for the Bruins, no Charlie McAvoy this afternoon. He is in COVID protocols, so right when we thought the pandemic was behind us, that's what happens. Here's a look at the lineup. Svechnikov, Jarvis, and Aho on the first line. Teravainen, Trocheck, and Domi on the second line. Niederreiter, Stahl, and Fost on the third line. Domi, Kotkaniemi, and Necas on the third line, or on the fourth line. On defense, it's Slavin and D'Angelo on the first line. Shea and Pesci make up the second line, and then it's Brendan Smith and Ian Cole on the third line. For Boston's offense, Marchand, Bergeron, and Pastrnak on the first line yet again. Hall, Haula, and DeBrusk on the second line. Nosek, Coyle, and Smith on the third line. And then on line 4, it is... Hold on, let me get that in a moment. Foligno, Lazar, and Wagner. On the first line for defense, it's Grzelcyk and Carlo. On the second line, it's made up of Lindholm and Moore, and then the third line, Forbort and Clifton. So that's how the lines look like this afternoon. Yeah, let's go Bruins. That's right, Jeffrey. Bruce Cassidy, his sixth season as Bruins head coach. Ron Brindamore in charge of Carolina, meanwhile. Face off at center ice to resume play. We've played about 30 seconds at TD Garden. The Bruins trying to tie the series at 2 games apiece. This puck fought for, and it comes back to Connor Clifton. Clifton dumps it in. No icing on the play. Raanta gets his first touch of the game and finds Ian Cole. The stretch pass fought for in along the end boards by Jesper Fast. Fast in a battle here in the near corner. Bruins trying to win possession. And it's wrapped around to the far side with Jake DeBrusk. DeBrusk can't win it. Carolina takes it away, and that shot saved by Swayman. First real opportunity of the game, and it came for Jordan Staal. Now in the near corner, Carolina cycles up high to the slot with Brendan Smith. Now on the right wing, closed down was Svechnikov, and he ended up firing just wide. Bruins clear the zone at last, and it'll be tapped back by Carolina's Seth Jarvis. Re-entering the zone is Svechnikov. Svechnikov, tight angle shot, and Swayman shut the door near side. Now another chance for Brady Shea. His slap shot took a deflection. Grzelcyk will send it out, and that will be no icing as Raanta touches the puck, and Carolina resets behind their own net. Shea looking to start things up, and that won't be icing against Carolina. Big collision behind the net as Brandon Carlo took down Sebastian Aho. And I'm honestly not sure what the call was right there. Rod Brindamore in his 4th season as the Hurricanes head coach. And, well, all 4 seasons in charge of Carolina, he's brought the team to the playoffs, their 4th straight playoff appearance. He's 19-18 in the postseason. Yeah, let me get the scoreboard up, shall I? There we are. Oh, I guess play was stopped because there was a piece of a broken stick that kind of got in the way. You don't usually see play stop for something like that, but I think that's why the official blew the whistle. So to restart play, the draw will be to the left of Jeremy Swayman. The Hurricanes 5v5 this series with a 15.1% shooting percentage. That is the best in the NHL. Here's a wrister and blockered aside by Jeremy Swayman. Here's Craig Smith battling for the puck in the corner. Smith digs it out, can't clear, and the one-timer fired wide on a good look for Kotkaniemi. Now a deflected pass picked up on the right wing by Brett Pesce, and it will be a hand pass. No, a penalty against Boston here, I do believe. Yeah, a penalty has been assessed. It'll be a high sticking call against Mike Riley. So Riley goes to the box, and Carolina will get their first power play opportunity of the afternoon, less than 2.5 minutes into the game. Oh, yeah, it was off the Kotkaniemi miss, and in front of the net around the goal crease, Riley caught, I believe, Max Domi with the high stick. And so Carolina begins their power play. Aho swings it around to the right wing where it's picked up and sent into the slot where Swayman made the stop, and the Bruins clear all the way down to Raanta. The Canes power play this season, 22%, which ranks 13th in the league. They're only 2 of 17 this series. And that was a whiffed clearance at first, but ultimately Boston gets it out again. So far, so good on the penalty kill for the Bruins. This will be started back up by Tony DeAngelo. Aho dragged the skate to make sure it wasn't offside, but once again, the Bruins send it back to the Carolina end. Behind the net, it's Antti Raanta. He leaves it for Tony DeAngelo. Halfway through the power play is Carolina. And offside this time called against the Canes. Niederreiter received the pass on the left wing, but it looked like DeAngelo entered the zone a split second too soon. 1:03 to go on this power play. We're just underway here in Game 4 of this first round series between Carolina and Boston. And after Boston won Game 3 Friday night, all of a sudden there is some hope, and nothing like a playoff game inside TD Garden. A capacity crowd, of course, on hand. And there's something about matinee games as well at TD Garden that gets the crowd fired up and gets this team going. At least, hopefully, that's the case for Boston tonight as Swayman makes the stop. Svechnikov had a chance from the left circle. Now it's Marchand spinning around and finding Bergeron. Bergeron returns for Marchand. He's along the right wing wall, and the Bruins reset in the neutral zone. This is dumped in by Carlo, retrieved by Jakob Slavin. 20 seconds left on the Carolina power play. That pass picked off, and skating the other way momentarily was Curtis Lazar. What's up, Vaughn? Welcome in. That comes all the way around and out of the zone. The Bruins penalty kill successful on their first test of the night, of the afternoon, I should say, as that pass deflects over the boards and out of play. And the TD Garden crowd letting the Bruins know how appreciative they were of that penalty kill. That was a solid penalty kill. Carolina had a few chances, but not able to put one by Swayman, and Riley out of the box. Back to even strength are the Bruins. Well, Charlie McAvoy is in COVID protocol, so I don't know if that means he has COVID-19, came in close contact. I have no idea. Bruins win the draw. Riley will clear it. And winning the race here is Craig Smith, and he gets tripped up from behind. No penalty called, however. Holla came around. Carolina gets it out to center. Mike Riley retrieving the puck. Tap towards center ice, where it was picked up by Brendan Smith. 4 block shots, by the way, so far for Boston. A majority of those block shots coming on the penalty kill. Jordan Staal now in the far corner. That shot blocked again. Now it's on the left point with Brendan Smith. Down low, here's a one-timer, and Swayman denies Max Domi. This will be reversed to the near corner as Boston tries to work it out of their end. Gaining the line is Hall. Taylor Hall shot blocked. First block shot for Carolina today. Bergeron battling with Svechnikov. Now up to the left point. Driven in, and a save by Ranta. Bruins keep it alive. It's Bergeron with a chance, and another stop by Antti Ranta. Carolina advanced the puck in front of the Boston bench. Behind the Bruins net, it started up by Brandon Carlo. Carolina making a quick change. Carlo all the way into the Carolina end. Sent along the end boards. Bouncing puck. Pastrnak delivers the hit. Not something you see every day. It's Marchand trying to go cross ice. It got caught between the skates of Lazar, and Carolina now counters. Shot from distance. Swayman turns it aside on the effort by Marty Necas. 13:40 to go in the opening period. Well, that's not what it's called, Vaughn. So that's why I'm not calling it that. This is dumped in. Swayman has it behind the net. No score here in the opening period of Game 4. That got beyond the stick of Nick Foligno. Along the end boards, it's Ian Cole attempting to clear it out, and he does. Back to it is Mike Riley. 7 minutes played at TD Garden. Coyle enters through the slot. Coyle on his backhand, shoots wide. Someone lost a stick on the play. It was a player from Carolina. Try to get a number there. The Hurricanes once again able to breathe a little bit as they clear. Bruins dump it back in for a change. That's rattled off the end boards. Grizzly gets to the puck and finds Carlo. Now Tomasz Nosek. He goes cross ice. Grzelcyk the stretch pass. And DeBrusk not quite going to get to it. And it results in an icing. Well, it was the right idea there by Matt Grzelcyk. If he had connected with DeBrusk there on that pass, it could have led to a real good look for Boston. I don't know, Vaughn. I don't know, man. Face off here to the right of Swayman. Carolina wins it. This is Pesce. Pesce holds, cycles up high. Now it's dumped all the way in where Carlo possesses. Bruins take it away. And it's an indirect pass. DeBrusk trying to get a chance. DeBrusk gets a shot away, and Raanta saves it and covers up. It was a loose puck for a moment before Raanta got a glove on it. And that was a real good chance for Jake DeBrusk. He made something out of nothing there because he nearly lost the puck. Finally found it, and a good scoring chance for Boston, but we're still scoreless, just over 8 minutes played. Don't go anywhere. The first period continues right after this. And welcome back into the broadcast, everybody. And it is Mother's Day after all, so I'd be foolish not to say Happy Mother's Day to all the great mothers out there, including mine, of course. Hope all the mothers out there are having a wonderful day. What's good, Ben? Welcome in. Yeah, it's a bonus indeed. I appreciate that, Ben. Yeah, good afternoon to you. I guess it's the evening now for you in England, but yeah, afternoon for me. Yeah, a weird start time, 12:30 p.m. start time, which is not not quite regular, but I'll take it, man. Why not a Sunday matinee? I'm just glad I don't have anything going on, so I'm able to watch and call this game. And yeah, should be a battle indeed, Ben. As Curtis Lazar has the puck behind the net, he shifts back towards the end boards after entering the left circle. Lazar tripped up, no call. And now reversed in by Foligno. He sends it to the right corner. Battle for the puck, Shea and I believe that was Foligno going for it. And now Carolina will ice the puck. Face off. Coming back in the Canes zone. It's 5-3 Carolina in the shot category, but no goals yet here in game 4. Face off here to the right of Raanta. Raanta back between the pipes for Carolina, returning from his injury after pretty big collision with Pastrnak in game 2. Here's Craig Smith. He's Smushed against the wall, and Carolina flips it out to center. Here's Eric Haula. Oh, a great pass to Craig Smith. Smith in the slot, holds, drops it back, pass down low, indirect feed collected by Hall. Wraparound chance, and Smith couldn't put it on frame. It's picked up and sent out of the zone by Carolina. Here's a chance for the Canes. That goes wide. Getting his own rebound is Necas. Necas up top to the right point. Sent across the line for Slavin. The redirection is wide of the net. And the Canes turn it over. Passed ahead by Haula, and that's all the way down. No icing, a deflection on the way. Carolina starts back up. Chipped in deep where Svechnikov chases. Bergeron gets there first, and now Marchand. He leaves it for Mike Riley. Midway through the first period of play at TD Garden. No score in a pivotal Game 4 of this first-round series. Stretch pass collected by Marchand. Svechnikov with a steal. Marchand wins it back. He went down at center ice. The fans wanted a penalty, no whistle. And now the puck deflects out of play for a stoppage in the action. 9:46 remains in the opening period from Boston. It's a matinee matchup on Mother's Day in this first round series. We're scoreless so far, but I'm sure more drama to come. We're just getting started in Game 4. Stick around for more. And a warm welcome back into the broadcast, everybody. 0-0 the score between Carolina and Boston. We're just past the halfway mark of the opening period. Appreciate your company, as always, on this Sunday afternoon, Mother's Day. Game 4 of the series. Game 5 will be Monday night in Carolina. And by the way, for the Bruins, it is Brown replacing McAvoy tonight. Martinic also out for Carolina, so those are some injury notes. Of course, Charlie McAvoy, a huge loss. 46 assists in the regular season, which was the second most on the team, and he's a defenseman. McAvoy, of course, one of the leaders of this team, one of the best defensemen you'll find in the league, in my opinion. And he's out in COVID protocols, actually, so not an injury in his case. As the faceoffs won by Carolina, we're back underway. What's up, Savi, over on Twitch? Welcome in. Who do I think will win? Here, I'll get to that in a moment as that shot is turned aside. D'Angelo, denied by Swayman. Now it's up top to the right point. I don't know, man. I'm torn. I say Boston in a close game. I think this is going to be a real close game. I mean, oh, there's a chance in front. Oh, Carolina rings the post. From in the slot, it was a golden chance, and hitting the pipe was Max Domi. That effort blocked. Carolina still with a chance. Glove stopped by Swayman on the shot from the left wing. And finally, Jeremy Swayman covers up, and it's getting real physical as a punch is thrown at Kotkaniemi. And it's Brown, the replacement for McAvoy today, getting into it. And already things starting to get chippy here in the opening period of play. What a wild sequence. You need the Canes to win for your bet. Yeah. I mean, I am a diehard Bruins fan. As you can probably see, I have my Boston shirt today. I'm from the Boston area, so I'm a diehard Boston sports fan all around. So that might have a little bit of an influence on my prediction. But no, honestly, like it's a coin flip for me as to who wins this game, but I'm gonna lean Boston just because I think they got a little momentum from their game 3 win, and I don't know, in front of the home crowd, I think they're gonna get it done, but I'm cautiously optimistic about that, but we shall see. Because Carolina is obviously a really good team, no doubt about that. Here's Brad Marchand for the Bruins. Marchand gave it away. Sebastian Aho to the right corner. He will cycle high. One-timer blocked in the slot, and it could lead to a chance the other way. Pasternak linking up with Marchand. Now Bergeron from distance, and it's gloved by Ranta. He holds on for the whistle. Yeah, I tried, Ben. I yeah, I made her a nice card. Did my best to impress her on Mother's Day because she certainly deserves it. But I hope I'm spoiling her at least a little bit. Face off in the Carolina end, won by the Canes. Oh, and what a hit! Oh my goodness! That was a brutal hit. Jesper Foss got absolutely laid out there by Curtis Lazar. His head absolutely slammed the ice and play is halted. Let's see the replay here. It was a bouncing puck and Lazar just came in and drilled him. Actually, his head didn't quite slam the ice, but he fell so fast, no pun intended, that he fell so quickly, I should say, that um, his neck kind of jolted back, and that was a scary play right there. And Lazar is penalized for the hit, so it'll be Carolina's second power play of the game. And Fost appears to be okay over on the Carolina bench, probably just dazed up a little bit after that brutal hit. I mean, that came out of nowhere. It was just a regular bouncing puck, and Lazar absolutely flew into the scene. And in the end, it could cost the Bruins second power play for the Canes. Here's a one-timer. Swayman turns it aside. And the stupid ESPN camera angle is driving me nuts behind the net. Boston looking to clear. They can't do so. It's kept alive at the left point, and a deflected shot saved by the left pad of Swayman. What a stop by Swayman. Boston finally clears, and D'Angelo will reset for Carolina in the Kane zone. He spins away from Charlie Coyle and now drops it back. The shot's 9-3 Carolina so far. Over to the left wing, it's Natchez. And Coyle taps it away. All the way down ice it goes. And the Bruins penalty kill is about halfway there. Niederreiter sends it diagonally to the far corner. Puck fought for behind the net. Getting there is Bergeron. And another clearance by the Bruins. Back it comes to the Carolina end. Niederreiter drops it for Shea. Or Slavin, I beg your pardon. Niederreiter. Oh, he lost it. Niederreiter lost possession. Marchand couldn't quite pounce. Almost came away with the steal. Not quite. 30 seconds left on the Carolina power play now. This is brought ahead by Carolina. Kotkaniemi swings it around. That pass intercepted. It could be a shorthanded chance. Jake DeBrusk. No, rather Chris Wagner the other way. He goes down. No call on the play. Now back behind the Boston net. 5 seconds left on the power play. And the Bruins kill off another penalty. Back to full strength is Boston. Here's Coyle with the drive. Ranta might have got a piece. Delayed offside here as Ranta leaves it for Shea. 6 minutes left in the opening period. No score from Boston. A huge roar from the crowd as Lazar exits the box. Here's a centering pass. They shoot, they score. And that silences the crowd just as they were making some noise. It's Brett Pesce with the first goal of the game for Carolina. And the Hurricanes strike first in Boston. Well, that was a momentous, well, we'll see about it, but that was a big momentum swing right there in the blink of an eye. Went from the Bruins killing off another penalty to moments later, Brett Pesce scoring in transition. And with 5:54 left in the first period, Pesce tallies his first goal of the series. And now let's see how Boston responds. Of course, they were down 1-0 Friday night in Game 3, came back to win it 4-2. Oh, is that right, Ben? All right, there you go. Awesome stuff. I didn't even realize that in Britain, in the British Basketball League, they do two legs like soccer where it's aggregate. I've never seen that for basketball. That would be interesting to see. But I like the concept. I like how they do it in soccer, two legs, where you obviously add up the scores. But yeah, I've never seen that done in basketball, so that's interesting. I know Man City is cruising. Yeah. Yeah, it was 2-0 at the half, I know, and I think they've added to that lead since. Yeah. Here's Svechnikov. One back by Boston. Marchand. 5 minutes left in the first period. It's one back by Slavin. He goes D to D and finds his line mate D'Angelo. Back to Slavin. Up the wall. It's a battle between Grzelcyk and Teravainen. Marchand wins it. Sends it to the other side with Grzelcyk. Grzelcyk, the diagonal feed. Marchand couldn't control it. Pastrnak on the forecheck. The hit's 12-8 Carolina so far. As this puck is elevated towards Foligno. One back by the Canes. You think the American players like the format, Ben? Yeah, I mean, that's good, man. Yeah. This is sent all the way down, and an icing call on Carolina. So the faceoff will come back in the Cane zone. A look at the upcoming NHL playoff schedule. All game fours on the docket. Later today, 4:30 Eastern Time, Minnesota battles St. Louis. Then at 7, it's Toronto taking on Tampa Bay. Then in the nightcap at 10, Edmonton faces Los Angeles. Meanwhile, tomorrow night at 7, the day gets underway with Pittsburgh and New York. That shot right off the faceoff save. Second chance, they score! Patrice Bergeron ties the game. And TD Garden is jumping with 3:51 left in the first period. Off a face-off win, the Bruins cash in. Patrice Bergeron able to jam it home on the backhand. Pastrnak just kept this play alive along the end boards, found Bergeron, who just kind of jammed it home in the end. But a great job by Pastrnak to keep that alive, and some beautiful stick handling by Patrice Bergeron to get it onto his backhand and tuck it in for the opening goal for Boston. We are all level in Game 4. And look at this, before they even drop the puck to resume play, Craig Smith going at it with Max Domi. This crowd is buzzing at the moment. 49 career playoff goals now for Bergeron, second most in Bruins history, as icing's called right away against the Hurricanes. And that's exactly the response that Boston was looking for. Patrice Bergeron now just 6 playoff goals behind, tying Cam Neely for the record in Bruins history. Brad Marchand only 3 behind Bergeron in that top 3 list. What's up, Nate? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. This puck kept in at the right point. A big hit delivered there on Kotkaniemi. Now it's Mike Riley in the Boston zone. Connor Clifton enters the zone. Back out to center. It's Mike Riley. Riley sends it cross ice. Back to the right wing it comes. Taylor Hall looking for support. It's one back by the Canes. Niederreiter nearly triple teamed, and somehow Carolina stays with it. Jesper Fast on the right wing, dumps it in deep. Niederreiter hit against the end boards, and now the puck underneath him as Curtis Lazar tries to pry it loose. It's now in the far corner where it's still a scrum along the boards. Finally, the Bruins come away with possession. It's Craig Smith down the right wing. Chips it ahead. And there was a hit behind the play, and Niederreiter was the one knocked down. Not sure why the whistle blew, though. No, it is going to be a penalty, yeah. So we'll sort out that penalty after the break. 2:35 left in the first period. It was Brett Pesce opening the scoring for Carolina, but then minutes later, Patrice Bergeron striking for Boston. We're tied at 1. Back after this. And welcome back into the broadcast, everybody. So it looks like Carolina was the one called for the penalty here, as Jordan Stahl is in the box for the Canes, and he is not happy at all. He is giving it to the official at the moment, and it will be a power play for Boston, their first of the game here in the final minutes of period 1. 2:35 remaining in the opening period. Or no, were there penalties assessed to both teams? I think that was the case, yeah. So I beg your pardon. Penalties were assessed to both teams as Pastrnak has a chance, feeds it in front, and Hall missed the open net. Oh, man, he whiffed on the shot. Now here's Marchand at the right point. Feeds it down to the goal line where Hall holds in the corner. Hall finding Marchand, and a whistle blown. What's the call here? Might have been a puck played by a high stick. No, tripping call. Tripping is the call. And this will go against Taylor Hall. Wow. So that is a tough sequence there for Boston. Taylor Hall, in particular, missing that chance. It was actually a great job by Pesce of getting a stick in there, and that's what threw off Hall. And then Taylor Hall, moments after missing that golden chance, committing the tripping penalty. Oh, no, it was Boston on the power play. Okay. ESPN just didn't put it up on the scoreboard. So I was right after all. So now it'll become a 4-on-4. So Boston was on the power play there for about 22 seconds before the penalty was called against Taylor Hall. So 4-on-4 we go. Coyle comes away with the puck. Bruins trying to clear it out of their end. .153 left in the opening period. Here's Matt Grzelcyk. Carlo threads it through. DeBrusk denied. Ronto with the right pad save. Second chance. Carlo's pass off the mark. He was looking for DeBrusk at the back door. Couldn't connect. And now Grzelcyk goes down. Play continues. The crowd wanting a penalty. Not going to get it. Pastrnak lost the puck at the blue line. Back it comes to the Boston zone with Connor Clifton. And refs you suck chants raining down at TD Garden. Offside called there at the line against Boston. 1:01 now remaining in the period. Oh, man, what a chance that was for Boston a moment ago. DeBrusk denied, and then Carlo trying to find DeBrusk. I thought Carlo could have had a shot, really, but decided to try to find DeBrusk on the pass. The pass was misfired, and that chance went awry. Haula kicked out of the face-off. Pastrnak will fill in, going against Vinny Trocheck. It's won by Trocheck. With the puck is Pesce. He's the goal scorer for Carolina. We're tied at 1, late first period. The 4-on-4 will continue for 15 more seconds before Carolina will have a 22-second power play. Through center, it's Jordan Staal. Staal down the right wing, circles around the net. Tries to send it cross ice. That was actually Trocheck, excuse me. Now Shea backhands it to the left corner. And a big collision as Clifton fell to the ice. It's moved ahead to Bergeron. Carolina, with their short-lived power play underway, only have about 10 seconds left. Man City scored again. Wow, Hugo. Yeah, that was domination from them today. And now out of the box is Taylor Hall. The Bruins back at full strength. And this pass is going to find Hall fresh out of the box. Taylor Hall circles around. The backhander saved by Ronta. And that will do it for the first period of play. What an action-packed opening period it was, as Brad Marchand is getting into it with about 3 Carolina players, it looks like, and the officials making sure that nothing escalates too much. Well, the fans are into it. The players are into it. This is what the Stanley Cup playoffs are all about. Coming up on the first intermission report, I will give you a Sunday night look ahead. Still 3 more games after this in a jam-packed day of first-round action in the Stanley Cup playoffs. So tell you all about it coming up next on the first intermission report. Stay tuned. And thank you, Campazano, for tuning in. I appreciate it. You're a Canes fan? Hey, fair enough, man. I'm a huge Bruins fan, but Canes fans are still welcome to the stream, of course. It's been a fun game so far. 1-1 through 1 period. Yeah, I'm from the Boston area, so I'm a diehard Boston sports fan. Bruins, Celtics, Red Sox, Patriots, Revolution, you name it. But yeah, welcome in, and I'll step aside for a quick moment. The first intermission report will be on the other side. Stay tuned. Hello, everybody, and welcome into the first intermission report. Um, you mean Man City scores against Hugo, not Man U. But yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, wow, 5-0. That's crazy. 1-1 the score here between the Hurricanes and the Bruins after one period of play. Carolina leading the series 2-1, and the shots in that first period 10-6 in Carolina's favor. The hits 13-12, Carolina as well. So yeah, I thought honestly that the Hurricanes were the better team in that first period, but the Bruins definitely grabbed some momentum towards the end of that first period with that Bergeron goal. Even after that, Boston had a couple of good chances, but just looking over the whole first period as a whole, I should say, it was Brett Pesce with the opening goal for Carolina. I don't know if Swayman could have done better there. Maybe it did go 5-hole, which is, not the best look, but it was Pesce nonetheless with that opening goal. After that, the Bruins would get a goal from Bergeron just moments later. And then DeBrusk had a golden chance to put Boston in front, but Pesce actually got a stick in there to break up the opportunity and deny DeBrusk of scoring in what was basically an empty net. Ranta hadn't quite shifted over yet to cover that side of the goal. So yeah, that was a really good opportunity that DeBrusk couldn't put away. Both teams with no luck on the power play so far. Carolina 0 for 3, Boston 0 for 1. Just want to quickly talk about the Bergeron goal, however, for the Bruins, because I can't stress enough how much credit you got to give to Pastrnak for keeping that play alive. He could have easily held onto the puck around the end boards, waited for a teammate to help him out in the corner, perhaps, but instead he fed it out in front for Bergeron, and he did the rest. Speaking of him, here are the thoughts of Patrice Bergeron.
Can you explain why? Well, I think the chemistry there, I think, is trying to throw something different at them as well. You want to adjust throughout the course of a series. I think that's the best way to have a best course of action, I should say, and from one game to the next. And we thought that this could be a good way of doing things at home. How is your team different without Charlie McAvoy in the lineup? Well, he's obviously the quarterback back there. Big piece of our defense. Can't say enough about him, but that being said, it's always a bit about the next man up, especially in the playoffs. We believe in our depth, and whoever's coming in, they can do a good job. And with it being Mother's Day, I just wanted to give you an opportunity if you had a message for your mom watching. Yeah, happy Mother's Day to best mom in the world, obviously. For everything she's done for me over the course of the years. Obviously, happy Mother's Day to my wife. Holding the fort at home with 3 kids and always being there for me. Merci beaucoup. Yes, thank you.
All right, those are the thoughts of Patrice Bergeron, who has the 6th most playoff goals among active players, and he's second on the all-time list in playoff goals for Bruins history, with 49, only 6 back of Cam Neely, who has the record, has the most as it stands. And I don't know, man, depending on, well, I don't want to think about it, but Patrice Bergeron obviously getting up there in age. We'll see how far the Bruins can go in these playoffs, but you never know. Patrice Bergeron, a legend either way. Coming up on the first intermission report, I'll talk about the Sunday slate in the NHL playoffs. This is only the first of 4 games on the docket. A lot of exciting matchups later in the day. I'll talk all about it next, so stick around. And welcome back into the first intermission report. A look at today's schedule at 4:30 Eastern Time. The Wild take on the Blues. Then at 7, the Maple Leafs battle the Lightning. In the nightcap at 10, the Oilers take on the Kings. A really exciting schedule on tap, and starting with the second game of the day, which will be the first one after this. It'll be Minnesota against St. Louis. Now, coming into the series, I really thought this would be um, I really thought this would be one of the best first round series between Minnesota and St. Louis. St. Louis actually winless in their last 9 home playoff games, by the way. And I'm not saying it's been a bad series so far, but I didn't expect all of the games this series to be so lopsided as they have been. It's what it was like 6-1, 5-2. I forget the scores of every game, but all of the games have been lopsided. So far in the series. So there haven't really been any thrilling games in the series yet. And maybe that changes today. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. But yeah, that's been a bit strange in this series. Of course, Marc-Andre Fleury doing pretty well in net. Of course, a huge part of that Wild team now, and still have to get used to him being in Minnesota. Meanwhile, later on tonight at 7, it's the Lightning and hosting the Maple Leafs. The Lightning trailing that series 2-1, but trust me, folks, I think the series is far from being over because Tampa Bay has had 16 straight playoff wins following a loss. Toronto 9-8 all time when leading 2-1 in a best of 7 series. I mean, is this the year that Toronto finally wins a playoff series? It could very well be, but they are playing the Lightning, who know how to win. Of course, winning the Stanley Cup back-to-back years. So I think that series is going 7. I really do. Meanwhile, at 10 o'clock tonight, the Oilers take on the Kings. Evander Kane actually leading the NHL with 5 goals in the playoffs. Kind of a revival for him in this postseason. Edmonton looks in pretty good shape. We'll see if LA can knot the series later on tonight. All of the series today, 2-1 here in a docket of game 4s. And the first game for the day is this one between Carolina and Boston. After the break, it's back out to TD Garden. The second period is next. Don't And I welcome you back. What's good, Adam? Welcome into the broadcast. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, hey, you could be right that it's the Maple Leafs time. I won't be convinced until they win a playoff series. So if they win this series, then I can start to take them seriously. But until then, I don't know, man. I'm still hesitant about them, but we shall see. We're ready for the start of the second period from TD Garden between the Hurricanes and the Bruins. Thanks, everyone, for your company. I thought in that first period, the Bruins had a lot of clutch block shots because Carolina did have more opportunities than Boston. They did have more chances and could have easily had more than a goal, quite frankly. Swayman made some nice stops, a lot of block shots, as mentioned. So the Bruins just really locked in defensively, and we'll see if that pays off in the end. We're in a tied game, 1-1 the score. As we are ready to get the second period underway. Face off at center ice between Charlie Coyle and Jordan Staal. Staal wins it, and Carolina immediately dumps it in. Here is Brown for the Bruins. Brown's pass taken away by Staal. Now behind the Boston net. They try to clear, but it's kept alive by D'Angelo. Excuse me. Now Niederreiter on the right wing. Niederreiter down low in the right corner. It's Jesper Fast. Fast around the wall to the left wing. Back in deep. Shot. They score. Carolina goes back in front. It's Jordan Staal. Just 33 seconds into the period. And that is a crowd silencer right there. What a way to start the period for Carolina. Let's see what happened here. Yeah, just a backhand pass in front. Niederreiter was along the end boards behind the Boston net. Fed it in front to Staal, and he went top shelf on that shot. Top right corner. Might have even rattled off the post and in. And 33 seconds into the second period, it's Carolina 2, Boston 1. Yeah, pretty much, Adam. Yeah, that's a good comparison. Maple Leafs are pretty much known as the PSG and Man City of hockey, yeah. Because every year they pretty much have they have a pretty good team that always seems to make the playoffs, and then when the postseason comes around, they always tend to choke. No, I have not received any news of that penalty box coordinator who had that heavy pane of glass hit on his head. I did hear that he was doing fine. I mean, so I that's what I heard on Friday night while the game was going on, that he was doing okay and was in fine condition, but haven't really had any other updates since then. But I assume he's doing all right, because I'm sure we would have heard otherwise if he wasn't. There's Svechnikov's shot, saved by Swayman. Forboard delivers the hit along the end boards. Now on the right point, Carolina looks for a third goal. And play is stopped as we have a penalty being assessed. And will both players be assessed penalties here? It was Svechnikov and Forboard. No, it's just Svechnikov. So the Bruins will have the power play. It'll be their second of the game. Yeah. Yeah, that's cross-checking, no doubt about it. He just absolutely extended his arms and took down Forboard. So the power play underway for Boston. I'll see you next time, Jeffrey. Thanks for tuning in. Here's a chance for Boston. It's sent across the crease by Pastrnak. Now Taylor Hall tripped up, finds Bergeron in the far corner. Back to Hall. Hall to Bergeron. One-timer saved. The right pad of Ranta makes the stop. Now here's Grzelcyk, feeds into the slot. Pastrnak shoots, save made again. And Carolina finally in possession. They'll chip it out of trouble, but that's sent out of play, and that's going to be a delay of game. An unbelievable mistake from Vincent Trocheck, and it will be a 5-on-3 for Boston. Rod Brind'Amour cannot believe it. Wow, I mean, this is a high school mistake. Trocheck just trying to clear the puck, but he chipped it over the boards. He chipped it over the boards out of play. And it's a delay of game call against Trocheck. That is unreal right there. So a 5-on-3 now for Boston after the delay of game call on Trocheck. Can they capitalize? Here's a shot. No, a pass rather, sent across the crease for Marchand. He leaves it. Now it's at the right point. Back to Marchand. He cycles high, and Stahl got a stick to it. It's kept in by Pastrnak. Pastrnak, cross ice. Move back up to the right point. Now sent into the slot. One-timer saved. The rebound loose. And Raanta comes up huge for Carolina. Bruins still keep it alive in the offensive zone. 45 seconds left on the two-man advantage. Here's a one-timer. Bergeron blocked his own teammate's shot. Now Marchand feeds it to the right wing, and a stop by Raanta as he denies Marchand. Bruins still with it in the offensive zone. Pastrnak shoots. Save made. Rebound loose, and Bergeron put it wide on the backhand. Now it's Marchand in the corner. Tees it up. Here comes the shot. Blocked there. Still alive. Two broken sticks, fed down low, Coyle tripped up. Play continues with 13 seconds left on the 5-on-3, and Carolina will clear it. A flurry of chances for Boston, and they cannot capitalize. The 5-on-3 is over. Boston now with a 35-second power play. Oh, and that pass by Hall was intercepted. A 2-on-1 the other way. Here comes Svechnikov. What a play by Mike Riley. A perfect time to poke the stick in and get the takeaway. Now it's Craig Smith. He'll swing it around to the left wing. The power play time running out, and Pasternak's drive is saved by Raanta. A 2-minute and 50-second shift there for David Pastrnak. He was out there for a long time, and the Bruins just pouring on the chances, but Raanta coming up big time and time again for Carolina. And the Boston Bruins unable to capitalize on that 5-on-3. Yeah, Adam, I mean, that tends to be the case, although not always. I'd say, yeah, about 80% of the time. If you lose game 4 to go down 3-1 in the series, your chances are not that great at all. No doubt about it. Carolina wins the face-off, and that puck is cleared back to the Boston zone. Just 5 seconds left on the power play as Riley finds Hall. Here's Hall, and the Carolina Hurricanes are back to full strength. Here's a chance in front. Hall on the backhand, and it's covered by Raanta for a stoppage in play. 16-14 left in the second period. Wow. Yeah, what a chance there for Boston on the 5-on-3, and a missed opportunity to say the least as Carolina maintains the 2-1 lead. Gotcha, Adam. Yeah. Look at the shots by period. It was 10-6 Carolina in the first, 6-2 Boston here in the second. And the shots are even overall. Here's Lazard. Natchez gets to it. Finds D'Angelo. Stretch pass. Chased down by Trocheck. Now Natchez behind the Boston net. One-timer blocked. Puck loose in the slot. D'Angelo will drive one in. Swayman the save. Now Natchez behind the net, met by Mike Riley. This is sent indirectly off the end boards where Riley gets to it for Boston. It's kicked clear by the Bruins. Just about 5 minutes into the second. That's a saucer pass collected on the right side by Domi. Boston gets it out of the zone. It's a great pass into the slot. Coyle closing in. Coyle shoots. Save made. The puck still loose. Now Grzelcyk down to the corner. Raanta involved in a collision there, but he didn't seem to get knocked off his skates. Now it's Charlie Coyle. Coyle holds at the line, and the puck is back out to center ice. Bruins will have to reset. They do. Grzelcyk tees it across for DeBrusk. DeBrusk shoots. Save made by Raanta. Now Bergeron with the pressure. And that's flipped clear by Carolina. Yeah, I'm probably with you, Adam. I don't see Man City losing the title now. Yeah. Here's Pastrnak. Dangerous pass. Broken up. Pastrnak gets it back. 14 minutes left in the period. That shot from distance was redirected wide of the net. And now at the other end, it's Jordan Staal. Staal feeds it across. Niederreiter couldn't collect the pass. Now it's chipped out and Pastrnak collects. He'll dump it to the corner as the Bruins make a change. Aho knocked down by Grzelcyk. Bruins trying to get it out of their end. Svechnikov behind the Boston net. Wraparound chance and Swayman covers. 13:21 left in the second period. Carolina has a 2-1 lead over Boston. They've retaken the lead here in Game 4. Back in a moment after this commercial break. And welcome back in, everybody. The Bruins earlier in the period with a 5-on-3, unable to capitalize. And of course, it was the Hurricanes retaking the lead just over a half minute into the second period. And so, 2-1 the score. Boston trying to pull level for the second time this afternoon. Face-off here will come to the right of Swayman. It's Lazar against Aho. 13:21 left in the middle frame. It's won by Carolina. Svechnikov's drive. Saved by Swayman. And he holds on as there was a scrum in front of the net. What's up, Ben? Welcome back in. I hope your walk with your dog was lovely, man. No worries, as I appreciate you stopping back in. 2-1, Carolina leading Boston. Here's Slavin in the high slot. His drive deflected wide left of the net. And now here's Svechnikov. Feeds it behind the net. Jarvis is in the front. Instead, it's passed out to the right wing. Escapes the stick of Svechnikov. Now dumped in deep from the point. Aho to the left point. Spinning around is DeAngelo. DeAngelo. Saucer pass. Slavin drops it back. Aho through traffic. And that's a block shot by Boston. Kept in the zone by DeAngelo, however. Now in the right corner, it's Aho. He cycles high. Slavin at the point. His drive is wide. Lazar claims it for the Bruins. Lazar can't quite clear. Kept in by Svechnikov. There's the drive by Aho. Blocked in the slot. Still in the offensive zone are the Carolina Hurricanes. Back to the point it comes on the left wing. Boston still not able to make a change here. Long shifts at the moment. Shea. Over to Pesce. Pesce again. Tees it up. The one-timer wide. Chance there from the left circle, and the puck exits the zone. Finally, a chance for Boston to get some fresh legs on the ice. Here is Pesce through the neutral zone. He'll wind it around the end boards. One back by Boston. Moved ahead to Coyle. Coyle through center. He'll ring it around to the right wing. From the point, the one-timer wide. Grizzlick the chance. That's blocked. And that's chipped out of danger by Carolina. Boston, though, re-enter the Carolina zone. It's Taylor Hall fighting for possession against Ian Cole. Under 11 minutes left here in the second period of play. So he swung around and collected on the near side. Marchand spinning around and sending it cross ice. It's one back by the Canes. Stahl enters the offensive zone. Stahl behind the net. Niederreiter lost it. Clifton will reverse, and Boston a chance to clear. They'll work it out through Pastrnak. Pastrnak through the slot. Over the right wing. Shoots wide. Now back out to the neutral zone with Jordan Stahl. Now at the left point. Sent across the line to DeAngelo. Bergeron has it. 10 minutes to go in the second period of play. Midway mark of regulation. Icing called against Boston. No, Ben. The Hurricanes aren't a new team now. They've been around for quite a while. I mean, compared to the Bruins, they're new. The Bruins have been around from the very start. Bruins are an original 6 team. The Carolina Hurricanes actually used to be the Hartford Whalers back in the day. But yeah, the Carolina Hurricanes have been around for quite a while now. Actually, I'll get you what year. Oh, yeah, this says 1972. I didn't realize it was. Oh no, that's when they were the Whalers. Okay, yeah, they were the. Yeah. That's when they were the Whalers. And then when did they move to Carolina? 1997. So yeah, they've been in Carolina since 97. So about 25 years. So that backhander is wide of the target. It deflects out of play. 9:19 left in the second period of play. It's the Hurricanes leading the Bruins 2-1 in the game and 2-1 in the series. Back after this. And welcome back into the broadcast, everybody. Yeah, that is correct. Canes won the Stanley Cup in '06. Yeah. Yeah, I was pretty sure they had been in Carolina since the late 90s, early 2000s anyways. So yeah. And yeah, so yeah, they were because my dad always tells me when they were the Hartford Whalers, which is of course they were in Hartford, Connecticut. So there were two teams in New England, and the Bruins and the Whalers kind of had a rivalry formed until the team moved and became the Carolina Hurricanes. Am I going to watch the F1 race in Miami? I might catch a little bit of it, Ben. I'm not the biggest F1 fan. My brother actually loves F1. He's a huge F1 fan, as Carlos Drive is saved. But yeah, I heard it's a pretty big deal that it's in Miami, so I might catch a little bit of it. Yeah, I think it's on ABC here in the States, which is like a major channel for that race to be on. So yeah, I might check it out. As offside is called against Carolina. Carolina back in their own zone. Here's DeBrusk on the puck. A fight forward in the near corner. DeBrusk and Cole trying to win it. Here's a shot from distance. That deflects wide and out of play with 8:37 left. Face off here to the right of There we go. I think we are back and running. Sorry, my Wi-Fi just glitched out, but yep, we are back and running, so that is good. Sorry about that. Yeah, my internet just went down for a second, but we are back and running, so do not fret. um Oh, is that right? That's awesome stuff, man. Your dad worked at PNC Arena when you were a kid and used to take me to the games a lot. That's cool stuff, man. Yeah. That's awesome. This puck elevated into the Boston zone, tapped ahead to Marchand. Marchand's lead pass too strong, and it will be icing against the Bruins. Do I think the Rangers will win game 4? Yes, I do. I think the Rangers win game 4 tomorrow. I do. That was a wild game yesterday between the Rangers and Penguins. But yeah, I'd say I do. I think they'll knot the series at 2 apiece. Yeah. Feel like every series except Colorado Nashville is a competitive series. At least it feels that way. That could, of course, change over the next few days as this is passed in front and a stop by Jeremy Swayman. Marchand had it knocked out of the air. Pastrnak feeds it into the slot. One back by Aho. Aho clears it. Back to the puck is Brown. Brendan Smith for the Canes. He'll send it all the way down. No icing on the play. Brown gets to the puck for Boston. Under 7 minutes remain in the second period of play. If this puck chipped ahead for Nick Foligno. Foligno to the back of the net. Trying to dig it out is Chris Wagner. Wagner returned to the Bruins lineup in Game 3. Playing today as well. That's sent off the right wing boards, and a second opportunity smothered by Ronta, and a scrum ensues in front of the goal crease. I think that was Foligno with the last shot. Could be mistaken. Let's see. No. Foligno was involved in the scrum, actually. He was going head-to-head with Brendan Smith. Who is ice hockey's biggest star and best team? Well, biggest star I'd say is Connor McDavid, who plays for the Edmonton Oilers. Yeah, so he's probably the biggest star. The best team, at least in the regular season, the best team was the Florida Panthers. But the Panthers are actually down in their first round series, 2-1 against Washington. But the Tampa Bay Lightning have won the last 2 Stanley Cups, Ben, so you can never count out the Lightning, that's for sure. Even though they didn't have the greatest regular season for their standards, but they're still definitely a threat in the playoffs, no doubt about it. Yeah, Colorado looking solid right now. Yeah, they're up 3-0 over Nashville in their series. So yeah, Colorado is a team to look out for. They're my favorite in the West. I would say. So yeah, those are some of the top teams, at least on paper. And look at this, a penalty against Carolina. Bruins to the power play, and an immediate shot off the face-off win fired wide. Marchand will claim the puck in the neutral zone. His pass cut off, but he wins it right back. Marchand enters the zone. Takes it to the right wing. Cycles high. Pastrnak the drive, and it's just wide. Now Bergeron feeds down low off the skate of Pastrnak. And Carolina will counter the other way. It's Trocheck down the right wing. Trocheck looking cross ice. Stahl sends it behind the Boston net. The Bruins power play, 3 for 13 this series, 0 for 3 today with 6 shots. And that's one back by the Canes. Aho between the legs move and closed down in the end by Grzelcyk. Bruins win it back. It's Taylor Hall. Great cross ice pass. Pastrnak swirls around, feeds it across the line. Riley's pass underneath the stick of Craig Smith. It's only cleared as far as center ice. Bruins re-enter. Taylor Hall along the right wing boards. In deep for Marchand. And now back to Hall. 37 seconds left on the power play. Here's Hall setting up a chance. The one-timer is wide. Now another opportunity. That goes wide. Third chance. Marchand couldn't finish. Here's Pastrnak in the near corner. He cycles to the point. Riley over to the right circle with Taylor Hall. Down to the goal line. The pass couldn't make it to Pastrnak. Carolina clears again, and just 10 seconds to go on Boston's power play. And that is it for the penalty kill. Carolina successful yet again. And it's back to 5-on-5. And that will be icing against Boston. Faceoff will come back in their end with 4:05 left in the period. The draw will be to the left of Swayman. It's won by the Canes. Moved up to the point. D'Angelo passes to the slot. Now Natchez to the left circle. That pass blocked. Now up to the left point, where it's rung around to the left wing, and the Bruins take it away. Dumped in by Boston. They'll make a change. Here's D'Angelo. D'Angelo gains the line. Sends it in deep along the end boards. Grzelcyk fights for possession. Trying to dig it out is Carlo. Now it's Svechnikov. Svechnikov has it stolen by Grzelcyk. And it's dumped out to center on the backhand by Foligno. Yeah, well, Ben, in the last 2 games now, game 3 and then today, there has been very little between the two teams. But before the Bruins won game 3, Carolina had actually beaten the Bruins 6 times in all 6 meetings this season. And there's an injury on the play as Seth Jarvis got drilled by his own teammate's shot. And that does not look good. I think he got hit right in the midsection. Oh, yeah. It was Brendan Smith with the drive, and Seth Jarvis unfortunately happened to be in the way of that puck. So while he's attended to, I'll step aside. It's 2-1 Carolina. Back after this. Welcome back into the broadcast, everybody. A look at the first round bracket. Out west, Colorado with a commanding 3-0 lead over Nashville. Minnesota, Dallas, both leading their series 2-1, as well as Edmonton out in the Western Conference. Meanwhile, here in the East, it's of course Carolina up 2-1 in their series, Toronto up 2-1, as well as Pittsburgh up 2-1. And Washington. So there you have it. Just one series that's 3-0. All the others 2-1. Of course, that will change after today when half of the game fours will be complete. And look who's in attendance. Robert Kraft is in the house at TD Garden to watch this Stanley Cup playoff matchup. Yeah, Ben, it was kind of weird how Carolina just dominated the Bruins through the regular season, and then it kind of carried over the first two games of the playoffs, as that's going to be a penalty on the Canes. A tripping call will be assessed, delayed penalty, and finally, Niederreiter touches it, and the Bruins will head to the power play with 2:25 left in the second. Yep, Craig Smith was tripped by the trailing legs of Niederreiter. No doubt about that. And so, with that tripping call against Nino Niederreiter, Boston will try to cash in on the power play for the first time this afternoon. Face off here to the left of Ranta. He'll be sent around to the left wing. Pastrnak delivered a hit, kept in at the point by Grzelcyk. Pastrnak up high. Grzelcyk into the slot. He shoots, deflected just wide. And that puck gets out to center. Bruins will reset Carolina. 88% penalty kill in the regular season, which led the league. Now it's Pastrnak at the right point. Bergeron up to Marchand. Now Pastrnak into the circle. Over to the left wing. Grzelcyk's drive saved by Ranta. Carolina will clear. Back it comes to Jeremy Swayman in the Boston zone. He'll leave it, in fact, for Brad Marchand. Marchand weaving through center ice all the way into the slot. Marchand played it behind Hall. Now Taylor Hall tries to feed it to the end boards. That puck flipped out of the zone. Well, an attempt to flip it out of the zone, but it deflected over the end boards. No delay of game because there was a deflection. 1 minute left on the power play. Matt Grzelcyk with a great chance, and Ranta denied him with the right pad. Yeah, I think they do. They do still sell hard copy programs at games. Yeah, I went to a Bruins game like a month ago, and I think they had a program that. Oh, and this is a chance here. It's stabbed home. Jake DeBrusk lights the lamp. The Bruins score on the power play, and we're tied at 2. 1:16 left in the second period. And once again, TD Garden is a party right now. 2-2. We're all level in Boston. Wow, this puck could not be located by Ranta. He had no idea where the puck was. As he made the original save, the puck was still loose in front of his pads. Absolute mayhem after that, and DeBrusk was simply the first to get a stick on that puck. Pesce saw it, but couldn't quite get good wood on it, and DeBrusk swooped in for the finish. We're all tied again at TD Garden. I mean, looking at the replay, Ranta never had possession of that puck, so I think this is going to stand as a goal. They are going to review it for apparently goaltender interference. So not to see if Ranta had it covered, but rather for goaltender interference. So Carolina challenging the call. But as of now, it is 2-2 with 1:16 left in the second period. Yeah, there's no way that's goaltender interference. I mean, it goes back to whether or not Ranta had possession, because obviously this whole situation took place inside the crease. And the only way it would be goaltender interference is if Ranta had possession and a Bruins player kind of forced the puck out of his glove, but he never had possession of the puck. So at that point, it has to be fair game. The Situation Room in Toronto taking a hard look at it with all the angles they can grab, and we'll see what the ultimate ruling is. But I don't know if there's enough evidence there to overturn the original ruling of a goal, but we shall see. Yeah, they keep showing replays of it, and yeah, the puck is live right there in the goal crease. Saranta never covered it. DeBrusk got a stick in there and finished. That's a good goal, I have to think. But let's see. The challenge, will it be successful? Here's the decision. It stands. It's a good goal, and the Bruins have indeed tied the game at 2. And with that unsuccessful challenge, it will put Boston on the power play as well. So Rod Brind'Amour took the gamble, but the challenge does not pay off. The crowd at TD Garden was anxiously awaiting for the official verdict. And it goes their way. And Rod Brind'Amour is furious right now. He has some choice words for the officials. And so with 1:16 left in the second period, the momentum has shifted back to Boston's side. And this could be a turning point, not only in the game, but in the series. After the power play goal, Carolina challenged the call. They were unsuccessful. And in the NHL, if you're unsuccessful on a challenge, your team is penalized. And it's a 2-minute power play for the other team. So right after the goal, the Bruins once again on a 2-minute power play. Marchand brought down. Grzelcyk now has the puck for Boston. Here's Pastrnak. His pass blocked off. He tries to stay with it. Move to the right point. It's stolen away by Stahl. Stahl the lead pass. A shorthanded chance. Trocheck in on goal. Save made. Jeremy Swayman makes the stop for the Bruins. Wow, what a shorthanded chance that was for the Canes. Now into the offensive zone. It's David Pastrnak. Down the left wing. DeBrusk takes it to the end boards. Passed out in front. Bergeron got a high stick. It's going to be a 5-on-3. And Bergeron took a stick to the face, and he is bleeding from the eye. This is going to be a 4-minute penalty. Oh my, his eye is gushing blood right now. That's a 4-minute penalty against Carolina. Man, a huge gash opening up in his eye. Scary situation there. But he appears to be okay once he gets all that blood taken care of course. The high stick by Sebastian Aho. Oh yeah, stick right underneath the visor of Bergeron. Caught him right near the eye. And that might require stitches when this game is all finished. So the Bruins will have 1 minute and 8 seconds of 5-on-3 as Bergeron is heading to the locker room. And he's furious right now. So we'll keep you posted on Bergeron's status. It'll be 1 minute and 8 of 5-on-3, as I said. And then after that, 3 minutes of 5-on-4 in Boston's favor. 24 seconds remaining here in the second period. Face off here to the left of Antti Raanta. Coyle ultimately wins the faceoff. DeBrusk passes up to the right point. Pastrnak back to Grzelcyk. Grzelcyk into the left circle. Up top, Pastrnak thought about the shot. Now sends it on goal, but it's blocked by Carolina. They move it out to the neutral zone, and that should do it for the second period, as Pastrnak will not get a shot off in time, and the horn expires. Some extracurricular activity after the horn. Both teams getting into it. They know what's on the line. That's the end of the second period, and you will not want to miss the third. 2-2 is the score after 40 minutes of play in Boston. It's a pivotal game 4. And if you haven't figured that out by now, I'm not sure what to tell you. Thank you, John, for tuning in. Welcome to the broadcast, John. You've come just in time. Well, just in time for the second intermission, but keep it here because in about 17 minutes or so, we will have an intriguing third period upon us. Coming up on the second intermission report, I'll give a Game 4 preview of Rangers Penguins, which will take place tomorrow night. Stick around. That's coming up next. It's 2-2 after 2 in Boston. And hello, everybody. A warm welcome into the second intermission report. 2-2 is the score after 2 periods of play, and this is turning in to an epic Game 4 in Boston, where it seems like every single pass matters and is crucial. And this series basically in the balance now. Carolina, of course, looking to take a 3-1 lead in the series. Boston, on the other hand, trying to level the series at 2 apiece. So a whole lot at stake, no doubt about that. And of course, it was Carolina starting off the period in great style. Just over 30 seconds into the second period, they would reclaim the lead. But of course, later on in the second period, it would be In fact, in the final minutes of the second period, it would be Jake DeBrusk with the equalizer. What's good? Blinus, welcome into the stream. Yeah, Bergeron was definitely leaking. Yeah, that could have been a 5. Maybe should have been, as you said. I agree. I mean, yeah, but in the end, a double minor is what it was called. What's good, Nasty Jazz? Welcome, and you put 100 on Carolina. Hey, all I can say is go Boston, baby, go Bruins. But I mean, for your sake, I don't hope you lose that money, but got to root for my hometown team at the end of the day. So I'm pulling hard for the Bruins. But yeah, I mean, this third period is going to be epic, no doubt about that. Let's get the thoughts of Carolina's defenseman Ian Cole.
Foremost, Lions going to say he didn't have it covered. Doesn't matter. He pushes his pad first, spins him kind of into the net, and then bangs it in. So, regardless of where the puck is, I think he still makes contact with that pad first, and that's kind of what opens up that hole to shoot the puck in. So, there's been some iffy goaltender interferences recently. So, I think we're still trying to figure out exactly what constitutes goaltender interference.
You guys are spending a lot of time on the penalty kill. How confident are you they can win this game, but there's still that disparity in penalties?
I think we have a ton of confidence in our penalty kill. That being said, they got some great players over there, highly skilled players, guys that have been in the same power play unit for a long time. They know where each other's going to be. So, we got to stay out of the box. We got to limit their opportunities. They have an extra guy out there, so eventually they're going to break us down, no matter how good the penalty kill is. And you see what they can do when they get opportunities.
Big picture, this is your 100th career playoff game. Congratulations. What's something that you know about playing in the playoffs now that you didn't realize back in 2012?
Every little thing matters. Every puck touch, every icing, clearly you see on their first goal. Everything, every puck out, every puck in, everything matters. Everything could be life or death, so you need to act and prepare and play that situation as if it is life or death, because it very well could be.
Thanks, Ian.
Yep, thank you.
All right, those are the thoughts of Ian Cole, defenseman for Carolina. The Hurricanes had an 88% penalty kill in the regular season, which ranked first in the entire league. But they concede on the power play late in the second period on that Jake DeBrusk goal. And yeah, there you go. You have the rule book right there, Blinus. Yeah, I mean, because I know if you draw blood on a high stick, it's automatically 4 minutes. But yeah, as you say, if it's not only the player drawing blood, but it's an injury where, for example, they have to go to the locker room like Bergeron had to, that should be a 5 minutes. So yeah, you're right. I have to say that was Ian Cole who they were interviewing of Carolina. Yeah, I just thought I'd turn it up for you guys to listen in for a second. And I hope you're wrong there, Adam. I hope that's a double bluff right there, but we shall see. The shots in this game, 19-16 Boston. Carolina was out shooting Boston by 4 after the first period. Things shifted a bit in that second period, despite Carolina getting the goal early on in period 2, I should say. The hits, by the way, dead even at 24 apiece. Carolina 0 for 3 on the power play. Boston, on the other hand, 1 for 6. Coming up after the break, I'll shift the focus to another playoff series in the Eastern Conference for a quick moment and talk about a pivotal Game 4 in Pittsburgh tomorrow night between the Rangers and the Penguins. That's on the way. We're inching closer. Meanwhile, the third period action in this one. Back after the break. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back into the second intermission report. A reminder that tomorrow it's more Stanley Cup playoff action. And the Rangers take on the Penguins in Game 4 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Then at 9:30, it's Game 4 between the Avalanche and the Predators. Colorado with an opportunity to close out that series. That's true. That is true, Blenus, no doubt about it. No, U.S. men's hockey did not win gold at the Olympics, John, but that was with a big caveat because they were not no NHL players were allowed to be sent to the Olympics. So it was basically all college kids, some minor league players. So Slovakia ended up winning it all, and I think they were the ones who beat the U.S. in like the quarterfinals, but if if NHL players were allowed at the Olympics, the US would have. I have to think they would have won it all. Well, them or Canada, because Canada was also hindered. They lost in the semis as well. I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly. So yeah, it was a bit disappointing that no NHL players were allowed, but it is what it is. Oh, was it Canada who won it all? I can't even remember, honestly. I barely followed it. You might be right. I guess it was Canada. I don't know. I can't even remember. Oh, Finland beat Russia. Yes, that's right. That's right. Not Slovakia. Yes, now I remember that. Yeah, yeah. Finland beat Russia. You are correct. Thanks for that insight, GBV. I appreciate it. Yes, it was Finland indeed. Now I remember. Yeah, I don't know. Well, in basketball, I don't know. It's it's complicated, but yeah, I don't know what the entire reasoning was behind it. With NHL players, it would have been Canada. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, there's a good chance. Yeah, Canada or the US. Those two have had epic battles in past Olympics when NHL players were allowed. Um, but yeah. Score prediction as we head into the third PA. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say 4-3 Boston. I feel like there's more drama coming in this game. But yeah, I said Boston would win by a goal earlier, so I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm cautiously optimistic as we head to the third. I'll be back after a quick break, so make sure you stick around. The third period is next from TD Garden. And welcome back. We're ready to begin the third and final period of regulation. And I'm with you, John. I think it's dumb how the men's soccer teams at the Olympics can't send their best teams. I'm with you. And that's an interesting opinion, GBV. You're a Leafs fan. All right, very good. I mean, as a Bruins fan, I obviously dislike the Leafs, but it doesn't mean I dislike you whatsoever. All fans are welcome into the broadcast. And yeah, Adam, for sure. Even if the Bruins do go out, I'm definitely going to continue to cover the NHL playoffs, especially since I end school in like 2 weeks and graduate in 3 weeks. I'll definitely, by like the time the conference finals rolls around, I'll really have a lot more time on my hands to cover a bunch of playoff series, hopefully, in both the NHL and NBA. And those obviously include teams outside of Boston, of course, even though the Boston teams are my main priority as long as they're still in. As the Bruins win the faceoff, remember, they're continuing the 5-on-3. About 35 more seconds left in the two-man advantage as we begin the third. Marchand taps it back to Coyle. Marchand again down the left wing, and his shot blocked in the slot. It comes back out to Marchand. He tees it up to DeBrusque. Now Coyle. Marchand, a chance, shoots wide. 15 seconds left on the 5-on-3. It's Coyle to Marchand. Marchand sets up a chance on the left circle. Save made. The rebound wide by Bergeron. Good to see Bergeron back out there. After it seems like the blood wouldn't stop after the high stick. There's a shot. They score! Brad Marchand! No, it's David Pastrnak, excuse me, who puts the Bruins in the lead. It was Marchand, I beg your pardon. I was right at first. 19-16 left in the third, and the Bruins have their first lead of the game. Brad Marchand from the left wing with a rifle of a wrister. That was a beautiful finish. Right into the top shelf, top right corner. Brad Marchand on the power play puts Boston in front 3-2. You gotta love the celebrations. Boston fired up. The Bruins lead by 1 with 2 unanswered goals. Oh, and now this goal, is this going to be reviewed? I'm not sure what for, but the referees are over to the glass. Yeah, we pretty much have owned to the Maple Leafs. That is true, but yeah, it's definitely interesting that that Russia lost the Olympics. I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right. Their hockey team lost the Olympics. Yeah, like a week before Putin invaded that. Yeah. Brad Marchand with his second goal of the series. It's his 47th career playoff goal. Boston leads by 1. But some type of review is taking place. By the way, the 5-on-3 expired right before that goal. So it's officially a 5-on-4 goal. And I'm really not sure what the referees are talking about. Of course, Boston will still be on the power play because it was a double minor on the high sticking call against Sebastian Aho. And the goal occurred when there was more than 2 minutes remaining on that power play. The power play will continue for Boston, just reduced to 2 minutes. The crowd in Boston is loving things right now. Their yellow rally towels waving around TD Garden. Oh, no, they're reviewing to see if the goal occurred while the 5-on-3 was still taking place. And it was. There was still 1 second left on the 5-on-3. So therefore, That player gets to go out of the box, of course, but the Aho penalty is still in full effect, so there'll be still 2:54 left on that Boston power play. So that's what was being reviewed, and so that's massive right there. If that goal had gone in 1 second later, there would have been 53 seconds chopped off of this Bruins power play. Wow. And now Carolina will clear out to the Bruins zone. Under 19 minutes left in regulation. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Marchand is a great talent as Pasternak's drive from the point is saved by Ranta. Carolina clears again. Approaching 2 minutes left on the Boston power play after the Aho double minor. Bruins enter the zone. Pass to Flex. Stays in play, however. A battle along the end boards. Taylor Hall trying to dig it out. The pass cleared away. That'll go all the way down to the far corner where Jeremy Swayman leaves it for the oncoming Mike Riley. Riley now taps it back for Taylor Hall. Riley back out to the neutral zone. Bruins tag up. Eric Haula dumps it in. Craig Smith applying the pressure. Taylor Hall trying to win the battle along the end wall. Carolina once again out to center ice. 1:10 left on the Boston power play. Yes, Adam, if Boston wins this game, the series will be tied at 2 games apiece. Indeed. Yeah, still a long ways left, though, however. And here's a whistle. This is going to be a penalty against Boston. So 52 seconds are left on the Aho penalty, but this is going to become a 4-on-4 as Matt Grzelcyk is the guilty one this time around. So it'll be 4-on-4 for 52 seconds and then 68 seconds of Carolina on the power play. Yes, Hugo. Porto champs again indeed. Yeah, they beat Benfica yesterday. So 30th title in team history, in club history. Big time, yep. So Grzelcyk actually called for high sticking there. I didn't realize that was the call originally. That is funny, Hugo. That is funny. I didn't even realize that. Face off here to the left of Swayman. Carolina wins the draw. Sent into the slot. Backhand chance. Save. Swayman rebound saved. A double stop, and now the puck's still loose. Swayman can't cover up. Seth Jarvis with multiple chances for Carolina. Now Clifton has it for the Bruins. Passes it forward to Nosek. Tomasz Nosek in deep for Boston. 20 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Shea drops it back to D'Angelo. The Bruins leading the Hurricanes 3-2. It's the first lead of the game for Boston after the Brad Marchand power play goal. Oh, and that pass off the mark. And Aaron pass to Natchez, and he'll have to retrieve it behind his own net. Aho finally out of the box after serving his double minor. And 1 minute left on this Carolina power play. It's now on the far side, moved up to the point. Holding is D'Angelo. Now passed in front. Swayman the save. Through it. Traffic in front of the crease. He still made the stop. Carolina not done in the offensive zone. Sent across the line where Natchez controls, or rather, that was Teravainen. Here is Teravainen closing in. Shot blocked. Getting in the way there was Connor Clifton, and the Bruins have it out through center. It's dumped into the Carolina end boards, and D'Angelo will retrieve. 15 seconds left on the Carolina power play. D'Angelo skating over to the left wing. He flips it in on the backhand. And now Trocheck trying to win it. Bruins clear again. The penalty kill successful and a huge roar from the crowd at TD Garden. 5-on-5 once again. Back to even strength of the Bruins. 15 minutes left in regulation. Back to this puck is Brown for the Bruins. Carlo delivered a hit. Brown stays with it. Taps it ahead for Carlo. Could be a 3-on-2 here. Onside is Wagner. Good hit by Stahl in the corner, and here comes Carolina. A wrister glove by Swayman. He makes the stop on Max Domi. 14:36 left, and Boston holding on to the 1-goal lead in a tension-filled Game 4. Oh, the Red Sox losing by 1. Yeah, not surprised, not surprised. Yeah, it's weird. The Red Sox had a morning game today. Started at 11:30 in the morning. Swayman with 17 saves for the Bruins today. This will be wrapped around the boards where Taylor Hall gets the pass into the middle. Here comes DeBrusk. His shot smothered. Ronta holds on for the whistle. Decent chance in transition there for Boston. So to resume play, the draw will be to the right of Antti Ranta. How about Jake DeBrusk? He's gone on a tear. That's passed in front. Pastrnak scores! David Pastrnak, shortly after the faceoff win, puts the Bruins up by 2. 14:19 remaining, and Boston leads by a couple. Bergeron won the faceoff. A quick pass over to Pastrnak, who was lurking at the back post. A great assist by Brad Marchand. Ronta couldn't adjust in time, and Pastrnak finishes from close range, and Boston up by 2 here in the third period. Wow. And Carolina all of a sudden finds themselves in a 2-goal hole for just the second time this series. Clifton delivers a couple of hits. Now it's Forbort behind the Boston net. Yep, Pastrnak special, man. This is held behind the net. That's a good comparison, Ben. Let's go Bruins chants. Heard loud and clear inside TD Garden. Here comes Carolina with a chance. That shot fired wide of the net by Ian Cole. Now it's dug out in the corner, and the puck essentially trapped underneath the chest of Kotkaniemi. Play will be stopped. 13:09 to play in regulation. Boston has scored 3 unanswered goals. Marchand on the power play. Pastrnak a minute ago. It's all Bruins right now. They lead it 4-2 in Game 4. And a warm welcome back into the broadcast. Of course, it is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all of the great moms out there. And for all the moms in attendance this afternoon in Boston, I'm sure a Bruins win would make their Mother's Day all that much better. And so Carolina wins the faceoff. Quick shot driven in, and it's blocked by Foligno. Here comes Wagner down the left wing. Wagner leaves the puck to go into the corner. Lazar trying to win possession. Under 13 minutes remaining in regulation. Here comes Carolina now. Oh, what a hit there. Delivered on D'Angelo. And another hit. Drops down Jesper Fast. And things getting real chippy. As Wagner drops the shoulder in front of the Carolina bench. Behind the Boston net, Derek Forbort will start things up. Pasternak almost lost it. Marchand helps out. His pass intercepted at center ice, but it's back with Boston. All the way down to the corner, and it will be an icing call against the Bruins. The energy is just unmatchable right now in Boston. An electric atmosphere inside TD Garden. And the Bruins trying to make sure it stays that way. Looking to close out with a Game 4 victory. Here's a pass in front, blocked off as Seth Jarvis tried to find a teammate in the slot. Now it's Svechnikov in the far corner. Puck poked away, and Carolina has to reset in the neutral zone. 1 goal, 3 assists for Brad Marchand tonight. Here's a chance in the slot for Carolina, and Swayman stands up tall for the save. Clock stopped with 11:47 to go. Are the Hurricanes a dirty team? No, I wouldn't say the Hurricanes are a dirty team. No. It's just playoff hockey. I mean, you're gonna get you're gonna in especially in the playoffs. Hockey is just a very physical sport in general, but especially in the playoffs, you're gonna get some big hits, some cheap shots after the whistle. That's just the reality of the game. I mean, on both sides, that's bound to happen. But no, I wouldn't classify Carolina as a dirty team. I mean, some plays are a bit dirty now and again, and I don't like their coach that much, Rod Brindamore, but no, I wouldn't say they're a dirty team, no. Here's an indirect pass off the wall. Bruins win it back. Tapped ahead for Craig Smith. Behind the Carolina goal now. It's Brendan Smith on the puck. Bruins keep it in the offensive zone. Shot from a tight angle, and it's gloved by Antti Ranta. 10:47 remaining. Boston up by 2. And look at the contrast in the first 5 games between the Bruins and Hurricanes and the last 6 periods, the last 2 games. Bruins only scored 4 goals in the first 5 games against the Hurricanes. They've scored 8 in the last 6 periods. Not even 2 games completed now. So the Bruins have just completely flipped the switch after struggling so long all season really to score against this Carolina team. This puck moved around the Boston net. Nosek tried to help out. Boston gets it out to center. D'Angelo back with it. Now down the left wing, it's dumped in. Wagner took a stick to the face, and those two are going at it. Wagner and D'Angelo exchanging some words, a couple of fists thrown, and with exactly 10 minutes to go in the game, the officials making sure that this doesn't escalate, but D'Angelo is taking on everyone from the Bruins right now. And the referee has to hold him back because he rather quickly lost his temper. And he's still chirping at the Boston bench. Oh, yeah. That's a cross-check to the face of, it was Curtis Lazar, actually. Yeah, and then Lazar was not happy at all about that, understandably so. And D'Angelo kept attacking Lazar after the play. That's a blatant cross-check. So D'Angelo in the box, still doing some trash talking from the sin bin. Lazar appears to be okay, but my goodness, he took a full stick right to the face. And so here we go, Boston to the power play. It's won by Boston, quick shot, and it's saved by Ranta. What's up? I'll just call you YYX over on Twitch. Welcome into the stream. Now D'Angelo having some words with a fan. Oh man. I am watching this game on ESPN. Yeah, I'm watching it on ESPN. If you're in the US, that's where you can find the game nationally. Also, if you're in the New England or Carolina regions, you can catch the game locally. I know in New England, it can be watched on Nesson as well as an alternate option. 1:30 left in the Boston man advantage. Pastrnak with speed, one back by the Canes. They'll wind it all the way to the Boston zone. Swayman leaves it for the oncoming Grzelcyk. Wow. Here comes Boston into the offensive zone. Nice takeaway by Slavin. He dumps it in deep on the backhand. Riley circles around the Boston net. Bruins halfway through their power play. It's now dropped back to Charlie Coyle. Coyle gains the line. Back out it comes to center ice with Riley. Bruins out shooting the Canes 26-21. Up by a couple of goals, 4-2 the score here in the third period. That's cleared once again by the Canes. So a good penalty kill thus far for Carolina. Matt Grzelcyk will get things going again for Boston. Taylor Hall in the corner. Holds behind the Carolina net. Now picked up by Foligno. Foligno shielding the puck, but it's eventually won by Pesce. Pesce has it taken away. Hall centers, and the shot by Lazar saved in the end, and that'll be the last chance on the power play. D'Angelo out of the box. We're back to even strength. And D'Angelo gets hit by Lazar right away. And D'Angelo coming out of the box heated. There's a nice check delivered by Chris Wagner. Here's Svechnikov spinning through. He was onside. Moved up to the right point. Across the line, it's Brendan Smith. Slavin a drive. Shot deflected wide. Now it's Slavin again at the left point. He fires a shot and off the skate of Forbort. 7:15 left in the final period. It's now cycled to the right point where Brendan Smith dumps it in. Slavin taps it to the back of the net with Svechnikov. Forbort took a shot to the boards. And the Bruins get it out to center. 7 minutes left in regulation. That pass intercepted by Coyle. Coyle Feeds it off the boards and clears. Carolina dumping back in. They'll make some changes as Coyle takes it coast to coast. He'll backhand it in. D'Angelo on the puck. D to D, he finds Ian Cole. One back by Boston. Coyle will dump it again. Boston to make another change. 6:15 to go. Yeah, Adam, we are heading closer and closer to that time where Carolina will likely need to pull their goalie, as that was sent across the goal crease. Maybe a second chance. Teravainen chasing down that puck. Riley trying to send it out, and he does. Under 6 minutes remain. And Carolina still trailing by 2. Here's Brady Shea. Shea through the neutral zone. We'll swing it around to the right corner. Back to the point. It's wound in deep behind the Bruins net. The puck caught on the side of the cage, and a whistle will stop play. 5:30 to go in the final period. It's been an intense game 4, folks. Plenty of penalties, plenty of momentum swings, and plenty of drama. 4-2, Boston in front, back after the break. And welcome back into the broadcast, everybody. Of course, the NBA playoffs roll on with the conference semis. Phoenix taking on Dallas just in about 20 minutes, 3:30 Eastern time, game 4 of that series. But we still got business to finish here on the NHL side of things in Boston. 4-2 Bruins lead with 5:30 left in the third period. Oh, good for you, Adam. There you go. Yeah, always good getting your fitness up for the summertime. No doubt about it. With better weather, it's definitely a good opportunity to take advantage of that. And now play blown dead as Swayman makes the stop. Of course, this is not only Mother's Day, but it is also a 52-year anniversary of Bobby Orr's legendary goal, the one that everyone knows about in Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Bobby Orr won the Bruins a cup with his overtime game winner in Game 4 against the St. Louis Blues. Of course, his number in the rafters at TD Garden. What an unbelievable legend he was for Boston. 5:24 to go now. This face-off to the right of Swayman. Carolina wins it. Pesce. Cross ice, the one-timer wide. That last shot at 83 miles an hour. Now the puck fought for along the end boards. Lazar wins it. Lazar gets taken down. It's won back by the Canes. Big hit on the play. Bruins clear it. 5 minutes remaining. This is Shea. Bruins back with it. But offside called. Marchand entered the zone, and we have a whistle with 4:47 to go. Of course, Bobby Orr, such a legend for the Bruins. His statue right outside the entrance of the arena. Bruins win the faceoff. That's wound in on Aranta, who plays it. And the Carolina Hurricanes will start up from their own end. Slavin enters the zone down the left wing. Sends it off the end boards. Svechnikov closed down. Here's Grzelcyk. Pass just too far ahead of Pastrnak. And offside called against Andrei Svechnikov. Well, we have 4:15 to go in regulation. The Bruins inching closer and closer to knotting up this series at 2 apiece. I'll be back for the final minutes after this. Welcome back, everybody. You took the under 6.5 goals. Yeah, well, you're breathing heavy right now, I assume, PA. Look at the upcoming NHL playoff schedule. All game 4s on the docket. Later today, 4:30 Eastern, Minnesota takes on St. Louis. At 7, it's Toronto against Tampa Bay. And then at 10, Edmonton battles Los Angeles. Meanwhile, tomorrow night gets started at 7 with the Penguins and Rangers facing off in Pittsburgh. 4:15 to go in the final period. TD Garden is having themselves a good time right now. And as we're back underway with Carolina winning the draw, there's still some time left for the Hurricanes, but they're running out of it, that's for sure. Circling around his own net is Pesce. Pesce now sends it around the end boards for Stahl. Here's Stahl, tight angle shot, save made, puck loose, and Swayman snatches it out of the air for the stop. I don't know how he was able to locate that puck. Let's see the replay of this one. Wow, yeah, he did that so casually. I mean, to be fair, the shot didn't have as much pace as I thought it did. It was kind of a looping shot on the backhand by Shea, but still a good eye by Swayman to locate it and snag it out of the air. 3:48 to play. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in today. This has been a fun one, folks. Some Sunday afternoon hockey here on Mother's Day. And so far, so good for the Bruins, trying to knot the series at 2 apiece before game number 5 on Tuesday night. And Antti Ranta is on the Carolina bench, so the Hurricanes decide that this is the moment to pull their goaltender, an extra skater on the ice for the Hurricanes, as the faceoff will take place to the left of Swayman. And it is ultimately won by Boston. Pastrnak immediately clears off the half boards. Back to retrieve is Teravainen. Ahead for Aho. It's won back by the Bruins. Pastrnak denied on, I believe, an attempted shot. Remember, the net empty for Carolina with an extra skater on the ice. I know PA is breathing heavy right now. Now it's a chance for Svechnikov. He's denied on the wrister. Bruins can't quite clear. It's D'Angelo in the high slot. Feeds it over to the left circle. Back to Trocheck. His drive saved. Puck still loose in front. Boston clears. That puck dies down a bit. And therefore, no icing on the play. D'Angelo, here's a rain of boos from the Boston crowd as he takes it up ice. Now in the near corner, it's Aho. Swung around to the right point. Teravainen flips it on the backhand. Niederreiter trying to fight for it. The referee in the middle of the battle tries to get away, and he does. Puck finally breaks loose up to the left point with D'Angelo. Here's the one-time drive. Blocked there by a Bruin. It looked like... I'm not sure who got in the way of that shot. It was Nosek. Yes, it was. 2:12 remaining. The Bruins close to victory. Here's a chance on the empty net. But the effort goes wide, and that will be icing with 2:05 remaining. 13 block shots this afternoon for Boston, 6 for Carolina. What a game it's been. The perfection line has been pretty darn perfect. Marchand, 1 goal, 3 assists. Bergeron, a goal and 2 assists. And then Pastrnak, a goal and 1 assist. Face-off won by Carolina. The Bruins 5-0 when Marchand, Bergeron, and Pastrnak each get multiple points in a playoff game. Trying to make that 6-0 today. Moved over to the right circle. Up top, it's Slavin. Slavin in the slot. Feeds it down low. The shot wide by Niederreiter. Necas now on it. Slavin back to Necas. Necas in the right circle. Slavin taps it over to Pesce. Pesce, one-timer. That's wide of the net. 1:30 remaining. Time running out as Carolina trails by 2. Net empty, extra skater on the ice. Here's a drive from the right wing. And Swayman may have gotten a piece. Oh, what a diving effort. As Nosek clears it away. And breaks up that pass. Carolina dumps it back in. Carlo back to the puck. At the right point, it's moved ahead for Stahl. Less than a minute remaining. The crowd waving their rally towels. And making plenty of noise. Cross-ice pass. Skips towards D'Angelo. Now Necas up the wall. Bruins will clear. The puck chased onto Marchand. An empty net, and he scores! 34 seconds left, and Boston with the dagger. Well, Adam nailed that prediction. 5-2 with 34 seconds remaining. The Bruins score 4 unanswered, and they're going to tie the series at 2 apiece. What's up, Isaac? Welcome into the stream. Yeah, I don't know what happened these last two games, Isaac, but all of a sudden the Bruins are scoring for fun against the Hurricanes when they could only score 4 goals against Carolina in their first 5 meetings of the season. 2 goals, 3 assists for Marchand now, as that shot is saved by Swayman. And this series will be all tied up, heading back to Carolina for what should be an epic Game 5 Tuesday night. PA, you got excited a bit too early, man. The Marchand broke your heart there, man, with the over on the 6.5 goals. Ten seconds left. Here's a chance for Carolina. That shot blocked. Another block shot for Boston. Puck flipped into the air, and it deflects out of play with 2.8 seconds left. What an atmosphere inside TD Garden. Mavs Suns prediction? Yeah, I think well, for the whole series, you mean? I think the Suns win it in 6, to be honest with you. Yeah, 76ers Heat is interesting all of a sudden. Yeah. I don't know. I still think the Heat will win that series probably in 6. But now with Joel Embiid back, I don't know. That could go 7. Yeah, Marchand having a performance to remember. Face-off won by Carolina, but it doesn't matter. The final horn sounds, and the Boston Bruins take Game 4. This series is knotted up at 2 apiece. It is all over. And Boston has come storming back here in the series. All of a sudden, what started as a best of 7 now becomes a best of 3. Hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast as much as I did. That was a whole lot of fun, folks. The Bruins were down 2-0 just 2 days ago, and now all of a sudden it is tied up 2-2. Carolina took games 1 and 2. The Bruins look like a whole nother team taking games 3 and 4. You guys better make sure to tune in for Game 5 Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Yours truly will be on the call for that again. Can't wait for game number 5 of that series. Meanwhile, I'll also be back tomorrow for Game 4 of Celtics Bucks. That will be at 7:30 Eastern Time. So hope you guys tune in for that. You guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday as well. Happy Mother's Day to all of the moms out there. The Boston Bruins defeat the Carolina Hurricanes 5-2 in Game 4, and the series is knotted up at 2 games apiece. So long, everyone.